We're back at York University with the NSESA Mario Kart third and fourth place bracket finals against Wynot and Hay Springs. Looking for an awesome match today.
Casting for you today is Caleb and Bryce. The stage selection is between Mute City and Ribbon Road. It looks like it is Mute City.
Important thing to remember about Mute City, there are no coins. You have to rely on the colorful patches on the sides of the track to get you those coins to upgrade your speed and stay ahead of the competition. A very tight race, lots of action going on in the top four spots. Lots of back and forth. Players looking to get those coins as well as holding on to some defensive items. And looking to make their move into the top three spots.
Things are starting to get spaced out as we head into the second lap here.
Still pretty tight, not much separation. Lots of action happening near the middle of the pack. Entering our final lap.
First and second have broken away. They are out ahead of the pack.
Lots of separation between first and second and everybody else who seems to be a little bit behind. Third place is looking to make a move here. Got a couple of mushrooms, looking to take that shortcut. Oh, and an unfortunate ghost ruins that plan. But still a nice third place finish. Great first race here with Snadman in first, Emmy in second, and WHS in third.
So far we're off to a great start. That was a pretty good match.
Yeah, lots of back and forth and lots of action, which makes it exciting for us to watch.
Very interesting here. We have a split choice from Wynot.
Super Bell Subway, Big Blue, and Ribbon Road is chosen. One of my personal favorite tracks, lots of shortcuts and fun obstacles, as well as a chance for a nice upset.
So it's back again for the third time tonight?
At least 3 times we've seen this track tonight. Very popular choice among our competitors.
I meant today, not tonight.
Things are always very tight here in the first couple of turns.
There seems to be a lot of mushrooms being held.
Lots of players looking to take that shortcut early in the game and create some separation, as well as get out on the shortcut here over the gliding portion of the track.
WHS is in the lead.
Into the second lap, still a pretty tight race. Players now using items a little bit more frantically, looking to gain that spot in the top 3 places, looking for those shortcuts, trying to dodge items. There's a lot going on. Excellent use of fireballs by second place there to take the lead. Excellent job of keeping the lead here. Using that zero gravity turn boost to the maximum ability. Lots of action in the top 4 places here. It's tight coming into the final turn. And an excellent second race by everybody. Tanton, King of Game, and Emmy take our top 3 spots, and Emmy leading everybody off overall after 2 races. A great start from all our players here. Emmy looking to take an early lead. One of the advantages of this being such a simple track is players can really use the time to focus on their drifts and line and really gain that speed advantage as early as possible in this race. Excellent use of some mushrooms to cut some corners there by a few players. Second and third are now looking to catch up to that first place spot.
They are trading shells left and right through here.
Third place taken out by a green shell and falling behind a few places. Coming into our last lap here. Great use of a mushroom on those turns. First and second are battling it out. Great race from all our teams here. King of Game with a first place in Titan, WHS in second and third. King of James, Tanton, and Emmy lead everybody overall in our top 3 positions. Headed into our next race, looks like Rainbow Road is one of our track options, as well as a classic. Maybe what some consider the easiest race in Mario Kart 8.
Interesting fact, Mario Kart does have 3 different Rainbow Roads.
Yes, and we've seen one of them a lot tonight, but this is a new one for us.
Yeah.
Off the Super NES. It's important to stay in between the lines on this race. Any falls can be dangerous to both your character and your place holding. It's also important to use those ramps as much as possible to gain as much of a speed boost and avoid the thwomps at all cost. You do not want to get hit with a thwomp when you're in first place. We're seeing some early item exchanges in the heat of the pack. Who in first place falls off the map and is down one spot into second place, and then get hit by a red shell and is now falling behind. An unlucky turn of events for who was leading. And that's one of my favorite things about Mario Kart. At any point, anything can happen. You can go from 8th to 1st or 1st to 8th. You never know what's going to happen. It's all down to you. And in our final lap here, coming up to our final turn, people are looking to make the most of their items and find their way into a couple spots. And an excellent finish by our racers.
First drop down to third, but in first is Tantan, Emmy, and then
Tantan, King of Game, and Emmy hold our top 3 spots overall after our first set. An excellent race by both teams. Remember, this is a best out of 3 sets, so we'll head into our second set here momentarily, and both teams are looking to win. Getting ready to start off our second set here. And on to our first race selection. We're going to see Mario Circuit and Ribbon Road. We've seen Ribbon Road a couple of times, but we have yet to see Mario Circuit. And looks like Ribbon Road will be chosen again.
But barely.
Just barely, just barely. But this is never a boring track to watch. Lots of opportunities for shortcuts and shenanigans. Some of my favorite things. WHS takes an early lead, but the pack is very aggressive. Bumper to bumper traffic all the way from 1st to 8th place. Seen a lot of players using the shortcuts early in the game to try and create separation. One of my favorite things to see. It is risky, however, as some fell off. A blue shell is headed its way towards first place. Evening things up a little bit. The rest of the pack is able to catch up with first place after a little bit of separation.
So from what I saw, first place had attempted to knocked himself to not get hit by the blue shell, but mistimed it. Got hit by both.
A very hard move, but very worth it if you're able to hit it correctly.
Yeah.
Lots of aggressive item exchanges. And heading into our final lap, things are still looking pretty tight overall. Players are now looking to use their items more aggressively, make their way into the top places. Great finish from both teams here. Wynot is looking for the win in this second round, as Haysprings took the win in the first set. We'll see what they're looking at in terms of track selection for our next race here. We have Big Blue and, you guessed it, Excite Bike. And we see Excite Bike again. This has been a very, very popular race for our racers here tonight.
We've seen some pretty great races across this map throughout this morning.
Yeah, it doesn't get boring to watch because it changes up every time. You see different tactics from different players, different ways of using the ramps and speed boosts, as well as different ways of using items to get through mud puddles or cut some corners on the grassy parts of the map.
Right off the bat, we see people taking shortcuts through the grass.
Still a very tight pack after our second lap, about to head into our third. Seeing lots of item exchanges, and not many people holding on to defensive items, but looking to use them to get ahead as much as they can. Couple players holding on to mushrooms, looking to use them to get ahead of their opponent at the last minute, using them to cut the corners.
So some of them in turn took the early corner cut route.
And a great race by both teams once again. Emmy, King of Game, and Tantan, after 2 races, are holding our top 3 spots.
Ooh, we have another split between Toad Harbor and Neo Bowser City. And Electrodome has been chosen.
This is also a new race for us tonight. First time seeing this one. And this set. It's important during these zero gravity sections to get as many boosts as you can and collect those coins. A very tight pack.
We've come up to our second lap, and they're pretty spread out so far. There's been flurries of items left and right. A lot of defensive and offensive plays are happening here.
First place has managed to separate themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack, but second place not too far behind. Blue shell has entered the track, but has no effect as it doesn't get to first place before the finish of the race.
Tantan in first, Emmy in second, and WHS in third.
Tantan, King of Game, and Emmy hold our top 3 spots after 3 races. 1 more to go before the end of our second set. If Hay Springs walks away with the win after this set, they could be walking away with the overall victory.
It looks like our 2 map choices are Toad's Turnpike, which is a new one, and Mount Wario. Oh, sorry. Super Bell Subway, which is not a new one. Sorry, my mistake.
We've seen Super Bell Subway a couple times this night. Wynot is looking for the victory on this one. Important to avoid the obstacles, but also focus on your speed and drifting, as well as item usage is all very important on this map, especially. A battle is going on between first and second place with a couple of item exchanges.
As everyone's come into the second lap, there's been a bit of a spread between first and last, but it still could be anyone's game depending on how these next 2 laps go.
And heading into our last lap here. First and second are neck and neck, with the rest of the pack falling a little bit behind them. Headed into the final turn. WHS, Emmy, and Tantan take our top 3 spots, with Tantan in first overall, Emmy in a close second. A great job from both teams here today.